people would call Brian Bush.
Okay, Mr. Bush, before you sit down, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty for perjury?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you need to speak a little louder than that, please.
Yes.
Okay, you can go ahead and have a seat and try to keep your voice up as much as possible so that everyone in the courtroom can hear you.
All right.
Good afternoon. Can you please state your full name and spell it for the record?
Brian Bush, BRIAN-BUSH.
Sir, did you know both Dee and Dale Warner?
Yes.
And how did you know them?
Dale was my will be father-in-law.
Okay, and who are you married to?
At the time, I was married to Jenica.
Okay, and that would have been Dale's daughter?
Correct.
All right, and what period of time were you married to Dale's daughter?
We got married in 18 and divorced 20, so it's been like 3-4 years we were married.
Okay. Describe your relationship with Dee.
With Dee. At times it was rocky, just depends on how she was. It could be good one day and the next day, it just depended on the day really.
Okay. How was your relationship with Dale?
Good. I always was with him and always working for him at the time.
All right. Did you consider him like a father figure to you?
Yes.
All right. When you say I was working for him at the time, right there on the Munger farm,
Yes.
what were you doing for him?
I was farm related. I was working on trucks or doing whatever that was needed on the farm.
All right. What period of time did you work on the farm?
I worked for them about 2 years. I don't know exact.
Okay. Would that have been when you and your ex-wife first got together, during the
Yes.
course of your marriage, or?
When we were married.
Okay. Would it have been closer to the 2018 timeframe?
Correct.
All right. And you said approximately 2 years you worked there?
Yes.
How often did you see Dee and Dale?
About every day.
Okay. Is it both of them or just one of them?
I would see one or both, depending on the day.
Okay. I want to take you back to June of 2019. Do you recall Dale asking you to purchase a safe for him?
Yes.
All right, tell me about that.
There was some documentation that was in there in the safe that was upstairs that he thought was in there, so he wanted to replace the safe and get into it.
All right, I'm going to stop you and kind of take you slowly.
Yep.
How does Dale contact you about the safe?
I don't know exactly if it was a phone call or a text.
Okay, and what does he say to you?
Hey, there's a safe upstairs in Zach's room, or the old Zach's room,
Okay.
that was in the closet that he would like to get into.
All right, and did he indicate what he thought was in there?
He indicated that there might be some old bake records that was in there.
All right, and how were you supposed to help him get into the safe?
I was only supplying the safe. I wasn't helping him get into the safe.
Okay, so I'm going to show you Exhibit 23. When you say you were only supplying the safe, what does that mean?
So he asked me to purchase for him
Okay.
a replacement safe.
And did you do that?
I did.
Okay, and is this a screenshot of your Amazon cart?
Yes.
And so you purchased that on Amazon?
Yes.
Can you see the date on that?
Yes.
What is it?
June 11th of 2019.
Okay. And did that safe ship to your house or to the Warner's house, or where did that go?
Shipped to my house in Adrian.
All right, what'd you do with it when you got it?
I then took it to and gave it to Dale.
Okay. And did you talk to Dale about the safe after that?
I did not. I didn't ask him the contents or anything that he found.
Okay, so you had another conversation, though, about the safe after you gave him the one you purchased for him, correct?
Yes.
All right, and what was that conversation?
If it was identical to the one that I actually bought, if
Okay.
it was confirmed.
Okay, it was confirmed?
Yes.
All right. Did Dale tell you that he was able to get into Zach and Dee's safe?
I don't remember if
Okay.
it was confirmed or.
Okay. Do you remember if he tell you that he saw any of the contents of that safe?
I don't know what was found in that safe.
Okay. At some point in time, did Dale approach you about trail cams?
Yes.
All right, and when was that?
I don't know exact dates.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you think it would have been 2019, 2020? What year do you think?
I would say 2019, and that's me guessing. I
Okay.
would-
Getting the discussion about trail cams, did it come up in relation to the safe that we just looked at?
Not to the safe, no.
Okay, and what was the conversation about the trail cams?
The trail cameras, the conversation was the anhydrous tanks, the inspection that they had coming up.
Okay, so that was the original plan with the trail cams.
Correct.
All right, so after they have this inspection with the anhydrous tanks, do you use the trail cams for something else?
I did not know.
Okay, did Dale have a conversation with you about using those trail cams for something else?
Yes.
All right, and what was that?
That was putting one in the house to see if, like, people coming in and out of it.
Okay, and was that at all in relation to people accessing the safe, or no, not at all?
He wanted to see if there's anybody coming in with documentation and, like, papers in their hands.
All right, I'm gonna show you Exhibit 25. Oh, I'm not gonna show you Exhibit 25. May we approach? All right, we are going to show you Exhibit 25. Can you read that? Yes. I know I can't, so give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right, can you read that?
I like the bottom wording.
Yes.
Okay. I can read that, yes.
Okay, what does that say?
Places for camera.
Okay, and there's a photograph attached to that, correct?
Correct.
All right, do you know what area of the house that is?
That's in the living room.
Okay. Next page. All right, what about this one? Can you zoom that one in too? What does that one say?
Places for camera.
Okay, and where is that in the home?
I don't know where that one's at.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, next page. All right, let's zoom in. What does that one say?
Places for camera.
All right, and where is that located in the home?
That's in the kitchen dining area. The
Okay.
back bar area.
Okay. What was the purpose of sending you those text messages?
I believe that's where the camera location for seeing where the documentation, if it was coming in or out of the house.
Okay, so when Dale's saying places for cameras, is he asking for you to put them there, or is he asking for your input? I mean, why is he sending you these messages?
Objection, speculation.
I'll rephrase it. Why, if you know why he's sending you these messages, are you supposed to place them, or?
Okay, we don't have an adequate foundation even for that question at this point.
Okay. So, having a discussion with Dale about the trail cameras, and then you get this text message, okay?
Okay.
And are you communicating outside of these messages with Dale about these? The trail cameras and setting them up?
I would say if there's not a following text message, it was more than likely a phone call.
Okay, and what were you supposed to do with those trail cams?
I would say I didn't set those up.
Okay,
I just supplied it.
okay. So do you know then why the defendant was sending you text messages? Do you know?
I know, like, I would say that
Okay,
wait.
the question is simply, do you know or do you not know? That, you need to answer that question before you can say anything else.
yes.
Okay. Why?
Okay, we need to know how he knows this.
How do you know?
The places for cameras.
Right. So, because of the text message?
Yes.
Okay, describe what you mean. How do you know why he's sending you this message?
Because that was the location that, if we could see where the door in the kitchen, that was the best place.
Okay. So again, is he asking you to do something, or?
I believe he's asking for my recommendation.
Okay. And do you end up doing anything with the trail cams?
No.
Do you end up ever giving them to the defendant?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to show you People's Exhibit 26. Do you recognize that area?
Yes.
What is that?
The dining area, kitchen area.
Is that the same area that was in the text message for places for cameras in one of the photos?
Yes, the last photo.
All right, and I'm gonna show you Exhibit 27. And do you see what am I looking at, actually?
You're looking at the living room to the kitchen dining area.
Okay, and to the right, it looks like there's a white couch, and then beyond the couch, what is that?
A sliding door.
Okay, and directly across from the sliding door, is that the last photograph we looked at?
Yes.
So if you were to put a camera up in that location, that's the door that it would be picking up?
Correct.
Is that, okay. Did you set up the trail camera at all for the defendant? Did you have to set it up?
No.
Did you have any conversations with Dale about any of the photographs or anything that he found from the trail camera stuff?
No.
I want to talk about a GPS tracker for the Hummer.
Okay.
At some point in time, did Dale ask you to purchase a GPS tracker?
Yes.
All right. And when was that?
I don't know exact date.
All right, I'm going to show you Exhibit 24. Did you purchase it on Amazon?
Yes.
All right. And do you see a date on there?
January 9th of 2020.
Is that the device that you purchased for the defendant?
Yes.
All right. Why did the defendant ask you to purchase this device? Did you have a conversation with him about purchasing it?
Yes.
All right. And did he tell you why he wanted it?
Yes, he wanted to track the Hummer.
Okay. Why?
There was found Dee's Hummer at Meyer for about 3 to 4 hours just sitting there.
Okay.
And he wanted to know why it was sitting there, like the activity of it.
Okay. Did the defendant say anything to you about tracking the Escalade during this conversation?
Yes.
What did he say?
That it did not need one due to OnStar.
Okay. Did the defendant raise any concerns with you about the Hummer being at Meyer for so long? Concerns on what he thought Dee might be doing?
Possibly having an affair.
So, did this device come to your home?
Yes.
And what did you do with it when you got it?
I then took it to Dale.
Okay, and did you do anything with it after that?
No, I did not.
Okay, did you yourself place that in the vehicle?
I did not.
Did you set up an account for it?
Yes, I did.
All right, how'd you do that?
I just followed the instructions on the box.
Okay, did you have to, do you remember what you had to do to create an account, at all?
Yeah, I had to put my name and information in there and put a card on file,
You had to put a card on file. Okay, and where did you get the card from?
my personal card.
Okay, did Dale ever give you a card?
No.
Okay. Did you ever use that device in any of your vehicles?
I did not.
Okay. How often would you track that vehicle?
Whenever I was asked to.
How often would that be?
I don't know how many times a day.
Okay. Well, do you know how long it went on for?
I would say about 3 months, if I remember right. I'm not exact on that.
For approximately 3 months?
Yes.
Okay, and can you estimate for me how many times a week you thought that you were accessing that?
I would say estimated, I would say probably about 10 to 20.
10 to 20 times a week?
Oh, I would say probably about 50 times a week.
50 times a week,
Yeah.
okay. And when would you access that device? Did you ever wake up one day and say, I wonder where Dee is?
I did not.
All right, so when were you accessing that device?
When I was asked to where the location was,
Okay, and who would ask you that?
Dale.
At some point in time, did the defendant have a conversation with you about ending the use of that GPS device?
Yes.
All right, and tell me about that.
I got a phone call one day, and it was that someone found the GPS.
Dale called you and told you somebody found it?
Yes.
All right. When you handed that GPS unit to the defendant, did he ask you to not talk about it or to do anything specifically about that conversation?
Yes.
Okay, what did he say to you?
It was to stay between him and I.
And did he say why?
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
Okay. Do you recall when Dale approached you and told you to stop, that you guys had to stop using the GPS device?
I do not know exact date. No, I don't.
Okay. Did you speak with the defendant on April 25th, 2021?
I don't know exact dates. I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you remember getting a phone call about Miss Warner being missing?
I did not receive a phone call.
Okay. Were you at the Cedar Point property?
I was.
All right, and did somebody come up there?
Yes.
Who was that?
It was either, if I remember right, either Raquel or Dustin, one of the two. I can't remember.
Okay. And what'd you do after they left?
I called Dale and said, hey, what's going on? And I was talking to him, and he said that him and Dee got in an argument that night, and he didn't know what was going on.
Okay, did he say what the argument was about?
I would say it was about money, and that was probably the biggest thing.
Okay. Did he tell you himself exactly what the argument was about?
He told me it was about money.
Okay, did he mention affairs to you?
that he approached her if she was having an affair, yes.
Did you have any other conversations with Dale about Dee Warner after April 25th, 2021?
Honestly, I don't remember if I did or not.
All right. I believe you said you and your ex-wife divorced in 2022 or 2023. Is that accurate?
Correct.
Did you remain on friendly terms with her family?
Yes and no. Obviously, I moved away at that point, but the last interaction we had was when we had our son's birthday party at the point.
All right. After your divorce, how did your relationship change with the defendant, if at all?
Honestly, I didn't talk to him very much.
Did you still feel like he was a father figure to you?
It kind of gone away, to be honest with you.
All right. Was it, so when did that feeling begin?
When I moved away, when the divorce was happening.
I have nothing further.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bush. My name is Marissa Vinsky. I have some questions for you.
All right.
You talked a little bit about your relationship with Mr. Warner and Miss Warner. As it relates to work, when Miss Warner, or when Mr. Warner, excuse me, would tell you things to do, was it common for Miss Warner to override him?
Yes.
And you saw verbal arguments between Mr. Warner and Miss Warner?
Yes.
From what you saw, Mr. Warner hardly raised his voice at her.
Correct.
You testified that you were on the point, you said you didn't know the date, but would it make sense if it was April 25th, 2021?
Yes, because that's right around turkey season.
And you were up at the point hunting, or preparing to hunt for turkey season?
Correct.
When you had a conversation with Mr. Warner, you called him.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
And you could hear from the background noise that Mr. Warner was actually in the sprayer when you talked to him.
Correct.
You could hear the monitor beeping,
Correct.
and there's a monitor in the sprayer.
Yes.
And that was a typical time that Mr. Warner would be spraying.
Correct.
You never saw the Hummer device, or the device, excuse me, that you ordered for Mr. Warner. You never saw it plugged into the Hummer.
Correct.
You didn't see it plugged into any vehicle.
Correct. I did not.
You don't even know what it looked like if it was just plugged in, like what the actual device would look like.
Yes, I would. Because, I mean, I gave it to him, so I know what it looks like, but I don't know what it would be like underneath the dash or nothing like that.
Right, so you don't know if there's a light on it, if where it would be located, anything like that.
Correct.
And you testified that you would use the device to see where the Hummer was.
Correct.
At the preliminary examination, where you testified under oath on May 1st, 2024, you said that you probably would check the location of the Hummer once or twice a week. Does that sound accurate?
Yes, and it was probably, it was on average.
And while you would, look at the device for the Hummer location, you also actually used it to see mechanical issues with the Hummer, correct?
Correct.
I want to talk about the trail cameras. The trail camera that you gave to Mr. Warner, it was about 4 inches wide
Correct.
and 7 inches tall.
Yes.
And this is a type of camera that you can either just set down on a surface,
Surface or mount it.
you can mount it with a strap.
Yes.
The camera that you gave, it would be hard to disguise it.
Yes, it would be.
Can you use your hands to show how big the camera is?
It was about this big, about this tall, and it had a tall antenna on it.
Okay, so you held your hands what you think would be 4 inches
Yep.
apart and 7 inches tall.
Correct.
And then you said there's a big antenna coming out from the top of the camera as well?
Correct.
In the camera that you gave to Mr. Warner, he actually gave it back to you, right?
Correct.
And this was before Miss Warner ever went missing?
Correct.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Go ahead, Ms. West.
You indicated that you would also use that GPS device to diagnose the Hummer.
Correct.
Okay, and when did you diagnose the Hummer?
It was if there was a fault code or anything on it.
Okay, and was there ever any fault code for the Hummer?
No.
Okay, and when there was no fault code for the Hummer, what'd you do with it?
I personally did not do anything with it.
Other than continue to track it?
Correct.
Okay, and the purpose of buying that device was what?
To track the Hummer.
And did the defendant tell you how or if Dee reacted to that device being in the Hummer?
After she found it,
Correct.
yes, she
What-
was went off the handle. It was really mad,
Okay, and did you observe that or just from what he told you?
from what I was told.
Okay. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
You spoke with the Michigan State Police on October 24th, 2023, correct?
I don't know if I did or not. Sorry.
I think you did a few times. Would looking at the report help you refresh your recollection about when you spoke?
Yes.
Ms. Saylor, will you show GWR02, page 231?
Alright, what are you showing?
The Michigan State Police report, October 24th.
Is this page only? Okay.
Start.
Okay.
You told the police that there was an issue with the Hummer that you used the device for, correct?
Oh, sorry, I was.
No, that's okay. Did that help refresh your recollection about the date that you talked to Michigan State Police?
This page right here.
It should be at the very bottom of page 231.
Okay.
Did that help refresh your recollection?
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at the top.
And you told the police that there was an issue with the Hummer that you used the diagnostic device for, correct?
Correct.
I have no further questions.
Again, did that diagnostic tool give you an error code for anything on the Hummer?
It did not.
Thank you.
Okay, counsel, good approach. Okay, Mr. Bush, so we have a couple questions from the jurors. The first is, did Dale ever give you his own or business card to pay for a GPS device?
No, it did not.
How did it end up on invoice for company?
I was reimbursed via cash, so I don't know how an invoice would be submitted.
Okay. Would the purchase show Amazon on credit card statement?
It was on my personal account, so it'd be on my card statement, correct?
Okay. Anything further at this point, Ms. Wise?
Did you provide Bill with a receipt to get reimbursed, or how did you get reimbursed?
I just told him the amount it was.
Okay. Nothing further?
Ms. Vinsky, anything else?
No, nothing further.
Okay. Can we excuse Mr. Bush from his subpoena?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. You are free to go, or if you want to be in the courtroom, you can stay in the courtroom at this point.